Welcome back to another episode of Sound Pals Go to the Movies. This is another Throwback Thursday review, and today I'll be reviewing the movie Eagle Eye. And just a fair warning, there's going to be spoilers up ahead, so you've been warned. Jerry and Rachel are two strangers thrown together by a mysterious phone call from a woman they never met. Threatening their lives and family, she pushes Jerry and Rachel into a series of increasing dangerous situations, using technology of everyday life to track and control their every move. So let's begin with my first pro. The cast, if you revisit this film and you are somewhat familiar with the Marvel movies, you will see some familiar faces. For example, Rosario Dawson, who was in the TV series Luke Cage, and Michael Chiklis, who played the Thing in the Fantastic Four, and also Anthony Mackie, who is Falcon or Captain America. But you also have other actors that you will know like Billy Bob Thornton, Michelle Monaghan, and Shia LaBeouf. So this movie, if you've never seen it, you will be amazed at all the familiar faces you will see when you watch the film. Next pro, I would say that the idea of the government is spying and knows everything is not that far-fetched as one might think. Well, the whole part of the AI running things might be, but not the part about Big Brother watching you. I mean, if they wanted to, they can plant evidence to make you look like you are the bad guy, just like in the film with Jerry. This whole thing is sort of true, and if you are familiar with Edward Snowden, who came out and said that the NSA is using computers to gather information on civilians using their social media all the way to their credit card statements and other means like data mining that are easily available to create a profile or timeline that will track you every day. For example, if they see you have a repeating routine and they wanted to track you, all they have to do is stand outside your regular coffee place where you buy your coffee every day and then follow you or record you, or better yet, just track your phone, which already has a built-in GPS and a microphone, which they can activate. This is similar to the film in which the AI uses all the tech to follow Jerry and Rachel and command them to do things. We have seen the government do this in the shadows, and when they are exposed, they will admit to some things but not everything, and they say it was for everyone's security, which is kind of scary to have someone be more nosy than your own mother. Next pro, the action scenes. We see Jerry escaping Agent Thomas Morgan. Those scenes are action-packed, especially since we are hoping that the AI does open the door in time or change the traffic light just so Jerry can escape. But once both Jerry and the agent are teamed up against the AI, we are rooting that the AI screws up, or that Jerry and the agent are way smarter or clever than the AI. But the action remains constant. I gotta say, it is captivating to a certain degree. You will be watching the whole movie, seeing Jerry and Rachel running away from these agents and nearly escaping every turn of the way. And that is what we want to see in a movie. And now, on to my cons. I know that I said that the action scenes were captivating, but after a while, you got to say, how fast is this AI? Does it live online? Because for it to be that fast is next level. I mean, talk about data transfer rates. If you know how latency comes into play, not everything that is connected to the internet is running at giga speed. Some cameras, some systems might have different internet speeds, but not as fast. Or if it's a system like a traffic control system, the AI would have to download herself onto that mainframe so it can do those things from the inside. But when we are talking about the AI splitting into two separate identities and without a constant connection between the two, how would they be able to sync up and plan their attacks to help Jerry with those split-second decisions? Well, maybe I'm looking too deep into this, but I would have rather had a team behind the AI, maybe like a domestic terrorist team that took over the AI and made it evil and used it as a tool to help them achieve their goals, instead of the AI being sentient and out to destroy the government. Next con, the ending. So how Jerry showed up to Rachel's home for her son's birthday and the way they looked at each other and they seemed like they wanted to kiss, but they didn't. I mean, I could have done without that scene since it didn't really go anywhere. She just kissed him on the cheek. I'd rather have them show Jerry traveling the world like he was back at the beginning, but now instead of looking for a place to call home, he is now doing it in honor of his dead brother. Also, show him to still have contact with Rachel or Zoe Perez, the FBI agent. This would have played better, in my own opinion. I never saw anything that would say that Jerry and Rachel had a thing for each other. So the ending doesn't really work for me. Next con, why couldn't they show us Jerry's childhood with his brother and the whole backstory with his dad, then flash back to the present day and pick up from there? I really wanted to see what his brother was like and see how they took different paths in life. Maybe the dad was picking one son over the other and Jerry just couldn't take that, and that's why he took off. I mean, anything to set up the reason why Jerry is Jerry would be appreciated. So my grade for this movie is going to be a 6 out of 10. The film has some elements of truth to it. The whole AI tapping at super insane speeds into everything that is remotely connected to the internet is not believable. But if they had a domestic terrorist group behind it taking over the AI to use it as a tool, then yeah, I I could see that. Also, when you see this film, you may also see faces that you are familiar with, and you might be able to link them to the Marvel movies. So that is kind of fun. The film did have action scenes that will keep you at the edge of your seats, and that is something that people are looking for. But as far as chemistry between Jerry and Rachel, I really didn't see it, or I never felt it was there. So that does it for this review of Eagle Eye. Please join us next time when we are going to review Born on the 4th of July.
All I'm saying is I want to be treated like a human being. I fought for my country. I am a Vietnam veteran. I fought for my country.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find our social media links below. And like always, keep watching movies.